And welcome back to the Godplane After Show. You all lived! Maybe.
Yay!
Yay! Are we living? Because we're hurtling toward an unknown. So I feel like maybe we shouldn't speak too soon.
And reinforcing the fact that we were all part of a dream, I'm like, were we ever alive?
Right?
Yeah, I'm like,
Slippery slope.
It is, yeah. But we at least won this fight, we hope.
Fingers crossed.
Maybe we killed your mom.
Maybe.
You faced down a literal nightmare who was none too nice to you.
And
y'all were so sassy and delightful in that fight. I just want to say, I love it when people are sassy in a fight. It makes me happy.
I mean, I don't know what we were supposed to do in the face of, like, such rudeness.
Candace.
Lots of personal insults were thrown around.
There really were, yeah.
We need to make a parody of Stacy's mom, but make it Dylan's mom.
I'm gonna write that down. Just a moment.
I mean, it had really good. They had a really good pitch deck, though. I have to admit, like they were showing us, like there were some really, really good offers in those other, not dream, whatever. But
I was tempted.
If she had gotten to us before the house, I feel like that would have gone very.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
it's so true.
Yes.
Everyone would be like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah,
Bye.
honestly, it's like I get to be with Layla. Yeah.
Not having to face our demons, and we'd have been like, sign me up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like one and the same for me, I think.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't really get it. You just got a be useful. You didn't really get a promise.
Yeah.
And like tonight,
Dang,
Dylan was
jump
surprisingly
offer shit.
useful. It got really scary. Okay, it got really scary when Dylan was being useful.
I know. I was over here like, "Ooh, I have a 4th level spell. It's blight. That's necrotic. I'm not going to use that. I'll just use my 4th level spell for something else." Like, no worries. And I'm like, "Fuck! I'm going to cast blight on one of my teammates. Great, cool. I loved it."
So happy I rolled a 4 because it was the order on the screen, and the 4th was Vessal. Unfortunately, you hit the barbarian, who's a great big pool of hit points. Like that's all barbarians are, is hit points and rage.
I very much thought that I was dead in that case. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is what happens now.
So I kind of had the moment of like, do I be mean GM and do I pick who the nightmare would hit, or do I roll a dice? I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna roll a dice. And then the dice
like it made sense.
Thank you so much.
Because Vessal was the one like, you know, constantly holding that. So
That was a good target.
I'm so glad I got to use the having friends over line.
I was so happy.
A++.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of points used against the GM.
That was fun.
That was fun. Basically, just leveraging the wall, like anteing back and forth with like, okay, we'll knock it down again.
It was literally a case of my going like, I don't have very many, but if nothing else, I can make them burn some of them, so it might make it hurt later.
Rude.
Yeah, that's my job.
Because I'm like, we still have another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
One more session. Yeah.
What do we need a whole session for?
I don't know what you have to be concerned about. We're just gonna have like a tea party.
Just the wrap up ending where it's just the
gonna be like a 3-hour montage.
Yeah.
Of everyone like baking cupcakes and high-fiving in slow motion. And
if it were the penultimate episode, I'd be like, you know what? In the best anime, you do have that recap episode that just shows you like a fake version of everything you've already seen before. Maybe that's what it is, but it is not the penultimate. It is the
while we're on
episode.
the beach. We have to be on the beach and then looking back at
yes.
what's happened.
We can go have a party back in like Drexelia's house or something like that. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll go kill her and then we'll have the house to ourselves.
Oh, there you go.
I still want to kill her.
It's a big house, lots of rooms. It's a nice place.
That's true. There's a library. Sort of.
There's a cool dollhouse.
There's a weird interdimensional dollhouse in the middle of it. It's great.
Mango tree. for me.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be a
Playroom?
fun post-game talk about some of the stuff you could have done in the house.
I'm very excited to hear it.
Same.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hear about like the little tidbits like that we've missed or anything like that too. Like for
One
each
of the
other.
things I will say, because so you had last session there was like the flashback and you saw that big old spider. That was a thing that you all could have encountered and you just missed it.
Like
when you
in the
were
midst
going
in
through
the
different-
house.
No,
No.
on your
When
way
you
through the
roll
house, it was one of
between-
the places.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just would
It
have
was
on the
screamed
list.
at Dylan to set the entire zone on fire.
Kill it with fire.
I would have been like, no, whatever this is, just set it all on fire. Thank you.
And so, Brian, when you said, we were told there were things we weren't supposed to fight, but we decided to fight Tazik. You weren't supposed to fight the spider. Don't fight the spider. It's CR 32. Don't fight the spider.
The only thing that
can't,
would have
I got
saved
stabbed
us is fucking Peppa's proselytization about fucking the Weaver. That's the only thing that would have saved us.
Yeah.
Peppa would have been like, friends, don't. It's the Weaver. And we'd have been like,
That was a great
She'll
Peppa
knit us a
voice.
scarf.
okay.
It's
Mhm.
really good.
But I think this episode we had like a minute to set up and a minute to talk, and then like I joked as we went to break that like, okay, now we're in the middle of the boss fight where in like Final Fantasy you get a cutscene. And that was all of our little vignettes, and it's like, okay, back to the fight now.
I love the cutscene.
Back to the fight, level 5 fireball.
That's so good. Oh.
And you guys are particularly lucky because the first time we ran this, I was double booked and could not be here for the penultimate episode.
Oh no.
And so the episode before wraps up. We're doing the after show. Everybody's chit-chatting. And then I'm like, by the way, I'm not going to be here next week. And then all the players go, oh, David's not going to be here. Therefore, it's not the big boss fight next week. It's the big boss fight in the last episode.
Oh, that's
And
unfortunate.
Kay and I did not correct them at all. We're like, yeah, that's fine. And then the final week, and they're like, what? We're fighting the what? So the fact that you guys had some sort of heads up is a big advantage that the previous season did not.
Bad surprise, bad surprise.
I am not gonna lie. Last episode, when I'm like, Vassal's like, yeah, we're gonna go fight the nightmare tomorrow. Good night. Like there was no reaction. I was like, dang, I kind of wanted.
I think we're all just like ready for it.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we're all like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, there really isn't. Yeah. Kind of knew this was coming.
We're a very go with the flow kind of group, oddly enough, even though we're all so like snarky. We're like, we'll do it, but we're not gonna be happy about it.
Walked headlong into death and complained about it the entire time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yep.
yeah. It's a good dynamic.
But yeah, a
Complain it
little
to death.
glimpse behind the GM screen. Part of the reason we did the Nightmare's Temptations, the Nightmare's Promises, was so you could have that moment of, oh, I would have done this not too long ago. So you can have that moment of my character has
done.
grown.
Well done. That's fantastic.
yeah.
I will say,
all-
last group.
Could have survived. You could have surprised
Someone
us and
took
been like, yep.
I
Wait, someone
What?
did?
I can't wait to watch it.
Someone took the deal?
D'Angelo.
Who was it? I was gonna say.
I
Who was
almost
it?
always roll for my character to either to like resist taking the deal. This time I didn't, because the way it was structured was like, I get what you're going with this pitch, but I'm not taking it. But yeah, like in the other game this past week, I had to roll a check because what was offered to my character was quite good, and I was like, okay, no, I rolled high, we're good.
It was very fun to watch each of you be like,
No.
Also,
Don't-
sorry, no, you go ahead.
Yeah, like if they had basically, if we'd been offered some like, bonuses and stuff before the first punch was thrown, it would have been a very different conversational dynamic. But after you have taken us to within an inch of our life and then say, oh, all you have to do is not fight, I'm like, nah.
That's a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie. Like, just straight up.
But yeah, I literally, when I was running to feed the cats in the little break, I'm like, it's real funny that Brian said it's time for the cutscene, because
Here we go.
Yep. I mean, it's good, and from like a gameplay standpoint, it's good too, because it gives us a second to breathe and not be thinking combat 24/7.
Yeah.
Which this was my first like hard spell combat, like of just slinging spells like crazy. That was so fun. That was so much fun.
I think this has been my most brutal combat at table for sure. Especially because like the dice were not necessarily working tonight. A little bit.
Same.
They were very give and take.
60-40.
Yeah.
It was not a smooth sailing kind of situation. Which
I
was
love
fun,
Big
but also
Bo.
horrible.
Big Bo was great. Oh my god.
Big,
Oh, Big
Yeah,
Bo.
Big Bo.
Wow.
Yeah,
Big Bo.
fantastic.
Yeah. Big Bo had a great time. I don't think I
and I
ever
know-
decided if Bo wears a skirt, but if so, congratulations to all of you.
Yeah.
She go commando?
absolutely.
I mean, do Minotaur need underwear? I don't see why. It's not like I'm getting chub rubbed down there or anything. I got a nice belt.
Does anyone need underwear in like D&D?
That's
Really? I don't know.
I
We
would
have
tend to.
prestidigitation, it's fine.
This is what I need. You're all right.
I love
Oh,
everyone at this
Constantly
bar.
clean.
I know you mentioned it in game, but that the nightmare as an enemy, normally being immune to psychic damage, that would have sucked.
Big
It already-
time.
It already sucked that like it was immune to necrotic, because I looked at my spell list and I'm like, over half my spells are
Oh, no.
necrotic. I'm like, the warlock curse.
Yeah, I knew Phineas was like psychic or nothing basically. So I was like, we can't quite do that.
Yeah.
But you gotta make some things. But at least with Warlock you had some other things, so
Luckily.
Okay, you were like, anybody who wants to help with the spell, just come on in. Just roll your Arcana or whatever you have a -1,000,000 in, Candace.
Right.
Oh,
Just
Look,
help
look.
out. I'm like,
you were Big Bo and you were there to like soak up damage.
We did so
Good
good at
job.
that, by the way, at like taking turns helping Vessal.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
yeah.
we did so good at that. I think
I
my
also
favorite
love the
moment
power of
though,
friendship.
the power of friendship. I really adored the moment between Bastion and Dylan. That was
Mm.
fantastic. Especially to be like right there at the end too. That was so
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
this, and then you basically essentially kill your mom, or at least lead to it. It was so good. I just had like nothing else to do, so I'm like, I need to help someone. I'm gonna use a help action. So I'm like, Dylan,
good.
perfect.
Dylan just tried to kill
Right.
us all. Let's help
Let's help
Dylan.
Dylan- let's help Dylan kill us all, though. I will fully say I did not realize until this game that the Weaver was just another like aspect of the Dreaming God. I'm like, wait, no.
I picked that up like partway through the previous episode when the explanations were starting to tie together, and you might like I know there's a moment where my face was basically like, oh, all of the
Oh, it was the list. Oh my god, the list. Oh my god. Okay.
Yup,
I'm
yup.
really bad at like picking up clues.
I was honestly afraid that I was going to have to in like the final sessions after show basically, and I still may say like, all right, I didn't fucking understand any of that. So Kay and David, can you just explain that? To me? I did not get it.
We need a whole decompression where you just reveal all your secrets.
Please and thank you.
Chronologically.
Just like abstract, just like what's the elevator pitch? Because I don't think I got it, but I think I got it this time.
I mean,
Let's watch them all back. Go step by
there's still
step.
more. There's
Yeah.
still more to unpack here.
And there's nothing like getting to drop some lore in the middle of a big boss fight.
Right.
Yeah. Just all that trauma. It's like, oh, cool. Everything me and my family have done for eons means nothing.
Waste of time.
Yep.
I deeply enjoyed Lancelot's cameo appearance.
Me too.
Like
love
I didn't
Lancelot.
see it coming.
He
And
did
Kay,
help
you're
famous.
like a swirl of mist comes out. I'm like, oh no, we're fucked. Here
no.
comes another tentacle. It's probably bigger and scarier and weirder than
I
the
was
last
so tempted to say, God damn right, you better show up, you little fucking bastard.
Oh,
said he
the
was
dy-
going to.
enough?
He
The
said, I
dynamic-
was like, yeah, you have a stake in this too, so you need to help.
The
I-
dynamic between Vessal and Lancelot is perfection.
Yes!
Perfection.
Yep.
Let's pour one out for that poor tentacle. Just did.
Yeah.
I know, ask for that
Aw.
tentacle.
I will cry no
Holy.
tears for that tentacle.
It was
Yeah.
real flimsy. It was, it just couldn't get. It had a shower beforehand. It was
It was-
cold.
It was
Also
that's the
had
thing is,
8
it was
hit points.
it was so bad that I didn't even bother to like Misty step away from it or do anything. I just
casually
walked away
walk
from
away.
it. I was like, what? Take your attack of opportunity. Go ahead.
Like, I
I
dare
don't
you.
think it rolled above a 4 on the dice the entire game.
Oh my goodness, cursed tentacle.
So, I did
Sad
have like
trombone.
I had a question. That like black circle of whatever the bad, the circle of
Oh, the
bad,
circle of death?
was that like a spell that I could have technically counterspelled, or was that like a layer action sort of
the
thing?
sphere or the one on the ground?
The one on the ground that dealt like, I think it
30
damaged.
points.
Yeah, Bastion and Bow.
That was a legendary action.
Okay.
It
Yeah, because
was-
I remembered I had counterspell after, and I was like, they'll be fine.
More like legendary
that is-
actions.
It basically, that was one of the most, that and Defy the Dreaming God Breaking the Bonds were the 2 most expensive legendary actions it had. So it was kind of like I could do one of those and one thing, or I could do a bunch of other
Nice.
stuff. And towards the end, it was just Matt. So it was just like, I'm gonna do Dylan. Dylan, come here. Dylan, behave.
No.
Go to your room. Go to your room.
And also, I mean,
Okay.
props on running something. Props on running something that has that much to throw at players, while you also have like the 4 of us just acting the entire heck up, because that was
Love it.
really fun. It was just really
Yeah, that
fun.
was
Really
excellent.
I love it.
Really,
But
really big
David
kudos to Kay, because I built the Tazik fight. I built the Nightmare fight. Kay is like, listen, combat hard. Combat is the thing that I'm not wild about. And I was like, okay, here are the most complicated combat encounters you could have. Yeah,
And now
And
I
so-
fear nothing.
yeah. And so like the Nightmare with legendary actions can spawn ads, and there's environmental damage that you take, and then on top of that has to manage a DMPC with an additional homebrew roll table and an additional PC or NPC that shows up in the middle of the fight. In addition to like having to keep track of all the numbers and keep track of everything, and then
And
also
I did
run the
forget
stream
about
at the
the
same
layer
time.
actions, so y'all are welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was wondering when I kept hearing legendary, I was like, because
Yeah,
Uh,
those
so yeah,
those
Really
dark
complicated.
mantles were
Kay
supposed to be
really-
more, but
Really did a great job.
If we were wearing hats, they would have been absolutely gone.
Fantastic job, though. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah.
fantastic
Really
to you all.
spectacular.
Like, you running combat can absolutely be a slog, and you made it wonderful. And please, if you're ever in a game that I'm running and I'm running combat, please act the heck up. I love it when you act the heck up. It is so much more fun.
No, never again. No.
No, we'll just sit there. We'll just sit there and wait for you to look up stuff and do math, and we'll be like,
I hit, I move. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's 4 points of damage.
Yeah. dot, dot, dot.
Just leave it hanging.
And just again, just the visuals you all were giving me that was letting me go like, ooh, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna throw it into those daggers. Oh, it's so much fun when you do that, and I just get to go like, okay, you did a cool thing. I want to make it more cool because you're gonna win in the end, hopefully. For TPK, it's not a very good ending.
We were kind of like, it was such ups and downs, but like I did have the overwhelming feeling that we were shredding the fuck out of this boss, and I was like, is this going too well? I don't know if I trust this.
I feel like 4 or 5 rounds in, I went, you probably should be keeping track of all the damage you're doing on this creature to know like where you're at right now. Like,
listen, I was doing some rough math, and I look over at the monster block, and I'm like,
No,
Amazing.
David, I remembered from the last one, and I upped the hit points from 150.
Yep.
150 additional from your original stat block because I'm like, nah, these
Yep.
mofos.
150 is not enough.
yeah, no,
Especially slinging
So you-
two attacks
added-
around, basically.
Yeah, you added one thing. Oh my god, that's right, because of the random pool of her. Oh, the rage turned us into haste monsters.
Yeah,
That was
oh
so
my-
good. I was
Oh my
planning on
God.
casting haste on Bo, but then we all got haste, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, before the stream, Carrie was like, "Hey, can I do this?" And I'm like,
yeah, sure, yeah, knock
whatever
yourself
you
out.
want.
because I knew it was on the roll table. Because there was also Death Ward. Everyone could have gotten a +2 to their AC. Like, there's a whole bunch on there. But that was like
HP
Arguably, I think
regen.
that was the best.
Yeah,
HP
Yeah, I
regen.
like that.
Yeah.
We got haste to the very first episode too against the Beholder, so it's a good circle around.
Aw, you're right.
Oh, that's right.
Aw.
Haste, and I don't know. Haste always confuses me because I'm like, what do you mean? What else do I do? I'm done.
Right? Like I'm a spellcaster. What the fuck?
Like,
Yeah. Help?
I like that we had haste in the first episode because Bo and Candace, the player, was like, haste? I play Magic the Gathering. It means I go first, right? No? Okay.
Right.
Oh,
Not a
I'm
quick
gonna
attack, no.
just, I'll figure it out. You guys do your thing.
I know for a gosh darn fact, if I was still tiny little doll, I would have done so much more damage because I hit maybe 2 times and that's it. I'm like,
Not necessarily, because if you were a tiny little doll, like the Dark
Oh, you
Mantle
would've died.
would have killed you.
That's the
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Like, yeah,
I
one
was stood
sphere
on
or
Bo.
circle, and that would have been it.
Yeah, there have just been stuffing all over the plane, like just.
R.I.P.
Or you would have been like a little Shrek gingerbread man on Big Bo's shoulder.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Well, all right. Any final questions or thoughts before we wrap this up and see what the heck is going to happen next week in our final episode?
Are we gonna fall to our deaths?
Maybe. That's
short
it's going to be
episode.
like, okay, I'm going to roll all of this fall damage. And thanks for playing. Bye.
Right.
Goodbye.
Wow.
10 minutes later, stream turns off.
Perfect
It
ending.
takes me 10 minutes to count all the fall damage.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's it for me.
Well,
I look
thank
forward to
you all
next. I
again.
can't believe it's final session. I
Yeah.
just can't believe it.
Bring all the tissues.
Is there anything you can tell us about the final session?
A warning, perhaps.
Yeah, a warning, a teaser.
For the final session, all of you need to be there.
Great.
Aw, darn.
I have
I'm outta here.
throughout the campaign, in between sessions, I have asked you questions. And
What kind of a
that's
cryptic
gonna-
hint is that?
That's gonna.
Oh, I
I've
know,
asked you
I know the
things, and I've
question.
asked you to think
I know the
about
questions,
things.
yeah.
And
No, I don't like
circle
that
back.
answer.
I don't like that at all.
I
Not
don't
even
like
again.
it.
either.
No. No.
Did I make anyone cry this session?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Ha
100%. I think I made myself cry.
Yeah, I dramatically added crying in, but I didn't actually cry. But it was enough to move my character.
Piper almost got me.
I was
Yeah,
trying.
no.
I got myself.
Oh
I know.
yeah, that
That's
almost
how you
got
almost got me. I was like, it's all acting. Oh no.
I need to know that
baby.
Layla was not in my original script, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just twist this knife just a little lower here. Just
Horrible.
lower here. Let me just.
Yay.
It's harsh.
Horrible.
How much of Bastion is it, Bastion? How much of... Okay, yeah, cool, okay.
And going over the script with like the breakdown of like Nightmare comes at you was an experience. I was like, listen, Kay, you're mean, you're a manipulator. I'm glad you fight on the side of good. Cause if like I would sign up for Kay's multi-level marketing scheme. Is all I'm saying.
I feel that.
Yep. I'll buy your leggings.
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask about the downstream or the upstream at all. I'd be like, no, we're good.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
get a Chevrolet. A rose
Yep.
gold one?
Right.
Absolutely those two. Yes.
Let's do it.
I'd get 2 timeshares. It'd be a good time.
I have uncles and aunts.
My family.
I have so many emails I can email. It's fine.
Right.
I can @ Elon Musk, and I know he'll see it. He cannot resist checking his mentions.
There you go.
Well, all right, y'all. Thank you again for being such an incredible cast, and I think I'm gonna make you cry next week.
Yeah.
You
I
can try.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Unbreakable.
Just gonna bring a prop plate of onions and be like, no, nothing, no.
It's not you.
It's the onions. See you next time. Take care, y'all.
Bye.